Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the MrWoodenSheep podcast. And we have so much to talk about. Today with us, we've got SiminaCindy, Ragewild, and Guf once again. And I want to open the podcast with Rage. I know you're going to love this. A Monster Hunter movie update. Because you sent me the first screenshot. We looked at it in the first episode. But there's more.
Oh no.
No. You can scroll through. What are they thinking, man?
Yes, I can see no grappling hook.
I mean,
no potions.
I'm waiting to see the monster as well, but
no charge blade.
They're just...
They just look like photos that some army people took, like, hey, look, hanging out with my army buddies.
When the fucking Monster Hunter is there ever a jeep with a Gatling gun?
Yeah. Well, the movie, after the first screenshots and
yeah, the Jake Gyllenhaal boy.
They got a lot of
sword.
backlash. Yeah.
I mean, they're not gonna change it. They're probably filmed half of it already.
Yeah,
probably.
they already have all this stuff. They're not just gonna...
Yeah.
I would assume so as well. Now, of course, they will not backpedal. And in the end, I assume it will be successful with the broad audience, just like the Resident Evil movies. But
yeah,
real fans, just like with the Resident Evil movies, will probably not enjoy this. I will definitely watch it. I maybe go to the cinema for it.
Me too. I need to, honestly.
I'm
just out of curiosity.
wondering, how did they get to this in the first place? You know,
who knows? As far as I know, the director directing this film also did the Resident Evil parts. So.
Oh really? It's the same director? But I mean, I haven't watched
Resi.
I haven't watched the Resi movies, but they seem like they still have monsters and characters from.
If you disregard the story completely, like the Resident Evil video game story, it isn't an entertaining movie. I remember watching the first one and I didn't know much about Resident Evil. It was fun.
But
as I said,
does it
for
not
the
have
general
characters
audience,
from the game?
Broad audience, it is interesting, but the fans will hate it.
Have you played the Resi games, Rage? Any of them?
No. I only watched the playthrough of the 7th.
Okay, I mean, the movie I think has Chris and Leon and stuff. It has characters from the game. So I mean, I guess Monster Hunter doesn't really have characters, at least from the one I've played. I don't know. They're not gonna put the handler and stuff.
I'm
curious. Palicos in the movie?
Yeah, I'm curious if they will put in cats in the movie.
Oh my God. I bet you they're gonna be just normal cats or something.
Or they'll be in the new Pikachu detective trailer.
I was gonna say that. Did you guys see the new Pokemon movie trailer?
Yeah.
Pikachu detective. What do you guys think? Without me saying anything, you can probably tell though. What I think.
It'll be interesting. I'm looking forward to it.
Honestly, though, after watching the trailer, I expected to see a shit ton of dislikes, but because
because it does not look bad actually.
I mean,
and Ryan Reynolds as Pikachu voiceover is pretty nice as well.
Oh, is it him?
Yeah.
I mean, I guess I have an unpopular opinion about it. It looks fine as far as a Hollywood movie goes, but it completely goes against what Pokemon, the atmosphere of Pokemon to me.
But why though?
I mean, I'll tell you why.
It's very westernized.
Maybe it's the way the trailer is edited as well, but the whole Pikachu talks to this guy and it's wait, you can understand me? And the other guy's wait, you can understand me? And it's like every dog movie or fucking Ted and with that teddy bear and just I don't know. And the fact that he's just suddenly best friends with this one random, obviously Ash is friends with Pikachu as well, but this man voice coming from Detective Pikachu as well, it's just kind of weird to me.
And it's just the way he's I'm gonna shock you. I don't know.
Yeah,
it made me cringe, dude. That's so every American movie,
Hollywood. It's very Hollywood.
Every Hollywood movie ever. It's
just the same as with Monster Hunter. All movies are made for a broader audience, and video game enthusiasts don't dislike that. But I think the new Pokemon movie looks fine. It's westernized because it plays in a Western country where Pokemon, the games and everything, the first ones do not.
I mean, I don't think
in Asia.
I don't think that's necessarily the problem. It's just the writing that's the problem for me. I'm fine with the world.
But you don't know about the writing. You saw one trailer. You don't have no idea
so
what
far
going on.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty indicative, I think, of the type of writing we're gonna have.
Yeah, we'll see.
It could just be the trailer. That's what I'm saying. Like maybe the way it's cut.
I don't
I
think
don't
it
know.
will be just slapstick bullshit humor.
No, I'm not saying slapstick necessarily, but just the way Pikachu was written was kind of a bit like, eh. But again, like the trailer really enhances it. Like the cuts and the timing of the music and everything, it makes it seem like super generic to me. And especially, I don't mind necessarily changing source material that much, but I know that the internet usually hates that, so I was really expecting a backlash on the trailer.
There was not much. Like,
Yeah, none
change.
at all. I didn't. Oh no, not much change. You're saying?
Yeah, I don't think so. In what way?
I don't.
I think
There is
it's
a
pretty
unique. There is a unique setting that the human can understand a Pikachu. That's it. Outside of that, it looked pretty normal to me, like a normal Pokemon
Really?
world.
I don't know.
I don't know. I feel like Pokemon was never so in the modern ass city.
Again, I don't think that's the problem alone either.
Have
Yeah,
you
it's
played
just
the recent ones? They are pretty modern.
Yeah, no, I have not played the most recent one, like on 3DS, X and Y. I don't know. It just seemed a bit off to me, but I don't know. We'll see. I'm still curious to watch it when it comes out.
Mr. Mime though.
Yeah, Mr.
He looks so like so realistic. Like you can like see he has like tiny hairs on the top of his head. It's like and wrinkles and shit. It's like, do I need to know that? Do I need to see that? You know?
Oh, Mr. Mime was always a creepy Pokemon.
Yeah, but they
Yeah.
just made him even creepier. with
Okay,
that.
but
Yeah.
what about
Yeah.
Jinx? What if they make Jinx?
Oh no, they're not.
That's
gonna
the
make
only
it.
way you can go creepier. Yeah, because then there's no. I think they already changed the character a little bit. I think they made her skin purple.
Yeah, they did.
Her. I don't know. If it's skin purple to try and like avoid problems.
yeah.
I'm curious though. I'm curious to watch it because the only Pokemon movies I've watched were like animated ones with Ash's story.
There are no other movies, so yeah.
Yeah, it's just
Though
those.
there's many, but they're all like I remember this one where the whole movie they end up saying like, "Oh no, Pokemon fighting is bad," you know,
Uh-huh.
and they're all crying, and it goes on forever like, "Oh, how can I live knowing that?" Blah blah blah. And then in the end, it's like, oh, something happens, and they all forget everything that happened. They go back to their Pokemon fighting anyways. It's like, what was the point of this movie?
That's why I'm still curious to play Black and White because I know that it touches upon that. I haven't played that one yet.
We
And
started it.
We
and-
started it. Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
what.
The
is-
villain.
the villain is like, don't make Pokemon fight. It's like, yeah, I can't really disagree with this guy.
Yeah. I'm curious how.
If you think about it, Pokemon is quite dark in that regard.
Yeah, but just I don't know how they're gonna twist this guy to be the bad guy, or if we're gonna start realizing that we shouldn't be doing that. But then what makes it go back? Like,
Yeah.
Oh, I played Black and White, but it's been quite a few years now. I don't remember exactly.
I
think
remember-
it was
Curious.
the
I remember they had
Yeah.
the minions or henchmen or whatever. They were stealing people's Pokemon.
yeah, to like try and save them and stuff. I mean, every Pokemon game is the same. Like every villain team or whatever has their secret lair in a casino, like an underground casino staircase. They're all the same, but I still enjoy them. But yeah. I remember I copy pasted one of my favorite comments from the trailer of the Pokemon movie. It reads, "Really life Pokemon would be scary as shit. Imagine walking through a forest and stumbling across an Arbok. Like, of all the Pokemon to choose, you choose the fucking one that's based off a snake, a real life creature."
That's literally a snake. It's like, oh yeah, imagine the forest and
It's,
seeing a
first-
snake.
For a snake, an Arbok is a giant.
Sure,
snake. I mean, come
it's
on.
fucking big. I know, but like, why not write like, oh, imagine coming across a Tangela or something. Like, all right, I can see that.
like,
Or
A muck or
or
something.
Bulbasaur or fucking I don't know, Geodude. Like, imagine seeing a floating guy with like biceps that strong. I don't know. It's like
But
an
not-
Arbok to me. That was like the only way they could be worse is like, imagine seeing a Pidgey. Like, all right, yeah, that's a bird. I don't know. It just
Scary.
cracked me up. Yeah. But yeah, moving on from Pokemon, Guf. Okay, I was about to ask you. You finally started playing Battlefield 5, but
Yes.
Guf ordered a NVIDIA GeForce. Is it still called GeForce?
Yes.
Yeah, GeForce 2080 Ti, and I've been asking him every day since he ordered it, pretty much, when it arrived, if it's finally arrived. And I missed the boat, and I forgot to ask you the last 3 days, and it only got revealed to me yesterday in a game of Jackbox that you received
Yes,
it, and I was
I
fucking
received-
devastated.
I received my 2080 Ti.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, tell me about it, and tell me, like, do you notice the difference? Is it worth the money, or like?
Yeah, I notice a difference. I can up the graphical settings and I get better FPS. So
Mhm.
yeah, it's totally worth it. I think.
I mean, other than
well, it's
other than
okay.
just
It's
the-
pretty expensive.
How much
yeah,
was
sure.
it? How much was it?
It's like 1,300-1,400 euros.
Cheap.
like if you have it, if you have the money to spend on it, then you're saying go for it. Like apart from it being an upgrade in the general GPU sense, like it also comes with ray tracing, right?
Yes.
Which I think only Battlefield supports right now.
Yes,
Battlefield
And-
5, that's it.
and I can't run it because I haven't gotten the October update of Windows 10 yet. So yeah,
When are you gonna wait? Why can't you get the update?
I don't know. I've tried manually installing it and it just doesn't succeed.
Yeah, because
sucks.
Windows
That
10
sucks.
updates have had an issue with like updating, especially big updates for like the last half a year at least,
Oh,
or even
God.
longer. And Microsoft cannot. Like even at work, we use a dedicated Visus. It's a Windows, basically a system like OS upgrade server specifically for Windows updates. It gets it from the internet and then distributes to all the PCs.
Nice.
And even with that, we had issues with Windows.
So you,
So
you
wait,
can't
what's this feature that you said you can't
ray
do?
tracing.
Ray tracing?
Ray tracing, RTX.
Oh, so what is
It's-
it?
Guff, you probably understand it better than me, and you too, Rage. But it's like some sort of way of projecting reflections, right?
Yeah, I mean light in general,
Uh,
like how it bounces around and stuff.
yeah,
And what, only Battlefield 5 has that right now?
it's the only game that currently features it that's out.
Yes.
Tomb Raider, Shadow of the Tomb Raider is out, the game, but they're gonna implement that feature at some point, I believe.
Yeah, that's
Um,
what they've said.
What could be so amazing about these reflections that you need?
I mean, here I'll play it.
I think some other games want to implement it as well, like the newest.
I'm sure at some point, yeah.
I'm not sure.
Here, I'll try play it on the stream a little bit. But yeah, you can see Simi, like, I mean, those eyes look great.
Do they look better than any other eyes though? And do you need to
Oh.
see those eyes when you're gonna shoot that person from like
Well,
500
this is one
meters?
example. This is one example. So you can see also in the puddle here the way they show. I mean, yeah, this is not necessarily stuff that
It
you're gonna.
looks like real. Like
Yeah, it does look real.
what the
It does
hell?
look very good. You won't necessarily notice this stuff like unless you're looking for it, but
This is
yeah.
made by the people who made Battlefield 2, right?
this is Battlefield 5. This is
Yeah.
gameplay of Battlefield 5.
Yeah, I'm
Or-
asking if it's the same devs like Battlefront. Star Wars.
Battlefront, you're saying? Yeah, it is. Yeah, I mean, just because you don't notice it like without looking for it doesn't mean like it's just the next step in graphical technology, you know?
Yeah.
Like, and it'll become more accessible over time.
It's just to me this kind of technology is better for like a story game where you have time to look at it. But here it's like you're running around shooting people. You're not gonna notice this stuff, especially not the iris. You know, like, oh, look at his eye. I can see myself in his eye. Amazing. Too
I
bad.
mean,
Yeah, I
You
would
want-
agree with that. But
yeah,
uh,
sure.
yeah, so and it's also like it has quite a hefty FPS penalty if you turn it on.
Mm.
So I will probably only play with ray tracing on in the single player campaign
Yeah.
and not the multiplayer.
Yeah, like I remember seeing a video of someone, he was looking at a window pane and he saw some person running towards him from away, coming towards him this way. And he thought that the guy was on the other side of the window pane, but then he realized after a while that it's the reflection that he's seeing, which was never really a thing in multiplayer games, I believe, or at least not to like such an accurate.
Oh, that would be cool in in Overwatch. If they made a hero that can put giant mirrors, and so you see around the corner. It's like, and it would be cool if the mirror also reflects bullets. So you shoot in the mirror, and then it ricochets off of it. I mean, that's silly, but maybe they could make it work.
But I like how like Battlefield, the next step is like, oh, you know, look how lifelike the iris is. It's like, you know, now you'll really feel like you're killing a real human person. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, do you guys agree? We're kind of getting to the point. Like, I'm playing Battlefield 1 for the first time recently, and it's just games have gotten so realistic. I feel kind of shitty playing war games now. It's kind of like, I mean, I still enjoy it, cool. Like Call of Duty's like, yeah, you got a kill streak, oh, you leveled up, cool. But I'm also burning people, and this was a real event at some point that was awful.
Yeah.
Like we've gamified like World War One and World War Two, some of the deadliest wars of all time.
Yeah, it's a bit like I wouldn't be surprised if some people who are like war veterans or whatever probably look at this game and they're like, "Fuck off," you know?
Yeah, like I lost so many people I knew in this war. Yeah, I'm choking up on it now. But yeah, I don't know. There's something a bit like twisted about it. I mean,
because
this games is still fun. But...
games become more realistic by the day, and that's desired, especially from games like war simulations.
Yeah, because it's meant to emulate something real.
Because if you think about it, yeah, sure, the visuals are slowly progressing, but the sound design changed rapidly over the years.
Yeah, and the voice acting quality, like people screaming in agony when they're burning and stuff.
Yeah, I never liked war games. I mean, you know, since they got so good, because like you know, I played Delta Force as a kid, but whatever. You know, that doesn't compare.
Just play Battlefield 5 on low graphics. So like you get the cool gameplay, but
But I like if I play a multiplayer shooter, I prefer it to be, you know, like Overwatch or whatever, where it's like some made up shit, not a real war thing, where I'm like, oh yeah, this happened.
But
Fuck me,
this,
you know.
like, interesting thing is now we are going back to World War II. I guess World War One never was a big thing, but we are going back to World War II now. But I remember like. When was it? When, for example, Call of Duty 5 came out, World at War. People were sick of World War II games because after the success of Activision
with Modern Warfare.
Yeah, with Modern Warfare and even before that with Call of Duty in general, many people tried to make World War II games, and there were a lot like it was flooded. People got tired of World War II, and that's why. We moved away from it to the futuristic setting. Now
but before futuristic though, we went to like Modern Warfare, and then Battlefield 3 came out,
which was innovative as well, because like
at the time,
Modern Warfare 4 like was the first really big series to pick up the conflicts or like similar conflicts as they are right now in the Far East.
Yeah, I'm just saying, and now we got. Like, and then we got Medal of Honor, and we got Battlefield 3, and then 4, and we got like this huge Spec Ops: The Line, which obviously had a little bit of a twist, but like the market was flooded with those kind of military games as well.
And then we went to futuristic, and now we're going back to World War II, and
apart from
we'll get sick of it as well.
Apart from Call of Duty, though, what else went futuristic? Like, what was new to future warfare? I can only think of
afterwards, Battlefield 3. Okay, I guess Battlefield 2 was already like modern warfare, but then Battlefield 3 came out, and Battlefield, what was it called? 2142
Hardline
or something like that.
2142. That was pretty old though, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's pre Battlefield 3. So it's pretty. Yeah, it was ahead of its time. But yeah. There's a new game came out called World War 3. Have you guys seen it at all?
Is it a new game? I thought it was a mod for Arma.
No, it's a new game from a smaller team. I requested a review code at some point, and they sent me a beta key in the last like 4 hours of the beta. So I was like, I'm not gonna fucking try this.
Wait.
I played it for like 10 minutes. It was a broken mess when I tried it, but obviously I'm sure it's been patched. But yeah, it just looked like Battlefield to me. But yeah, I guess we're getting more military games again.
Yay.
I don't know. People are happy with it though, so I guess that's cool. Insurgency is also coming out soon, so I'm curious. Rage, I know you like the original Insurgency.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, Sandstorm. It's probably like the fastest time to kill in any game I've ever played. The Sandstorm. Yeah, like 2 bullets. But that game also seems super realistic, and it's also based off like modern combat now, so it's also kind of strange to play. But
I can't.
There are some really big. Like simulation games. Arma 3, obviously, or all Arma series. But then there was also like made by the Oh, it's pretty old. It's been made by the U.S. military actually, or like at least it
Oh,
was contracted
not
by the U.S.
I know exactly what game. Isn't it American Army? Isn't that the
Yeah,
name of it?
something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
something like that.
that's also
There's
quite
also
old.
Squad. Yeah, there's a lot of games like this.
I can't help but feel like with all these military games, it's like just a secret way of training everyone for war.
Dude,
Uh,
every time I open my Chrome app on my phone, I scroll down and like all the recommended articles are two things: World War III is coming, and Game of Thrones spoilers for the last season. Like that's all the articles. I don't look up any of this shit, and that's all Chrome on my phone recommends to me. And I don't know what's wrong with it. And also, like, another thing to complain about Google. I don't know if that was Google's fault or not, but do you guys have safe search off or on your Google thing?
off.
Off, right? Because you want to, you know,
'Cause
you're
you're
a grown,
adults.
you're a grown ass
Yeah.
man. Yeah.
Yeah.
But for some reason, like, Google takes that as you have safe search off. Okay, whatever you're looking up, I'm going to give you some porn and gore pictures. Like, you just look up Teletubbies, you're gonna see a Teletubby dick. You know. I don't know. Just it's just so
Yeah,
ridiculous. to me.
the worst is when like I want to search something cute like an animal. It's like, oh, I'm gonna search baby goat, and then I see some fucking mutilated ass
Dead
fucking
goats and stuff.
dead goat, or like a fucking I search sheep or something, and it's like, oh
Mhm.
look at this cyclops sheep. It's like,
Like
fuck
safe
off.
search.
I
It
just
doesn't mean I want to see this. I just want the ability to search for it. That's all.
Yeah, like if I search
Fucking
fucking Chernobyl mutations, show them
Yeah.
to me. But if I search puppy, don't show me some fucking skinned dog, you know? Like, what the fuck is wrong with you, Google?
Speaking of mutations, I recently started Mechanicus, a Warhammer game that just came out. Have you guys checked out my video or review on it? I don't know.
Didn't come around.
No.
Okay, you didn't get onto it. Yeah, it plays a lot like XCOM. I did a review if you want to check out anyone. But it's my first kind of taste of the Warhammer 40k universe. I've never read a book or played a board game, video game on it, whatever. But like, I don't know, the Space Marine stuff never appealed to me before. But Mechanicus is all about tech priests, and they're just these crazy religious nuts who have like sacrificed their limbs for technological parts because just basically their machine god orders it basically. And you fight Necrons who have also like sacrificed their bodies, and there's all like just this battle about like, oh, you're a heretic, and I don't know, it's just so interesting to me. And
Yeah.
just, they're all crazy. I assume they're probably an existing faction in Warhammer, right? Or like have they
Yes.
been built upon
Yeah,
much?
both of them. Yeah.
Okay.
Did you do the Omniscience will?
Yes, I'm on my way to do that. Do you guys know? I'm trying to remember the characters' names. I want to see if they're existing or if they're original for the game.
Most like the original.
The guy who speaks in programming.
Yeah, there's one guy who speaks like he's written all in code, and he's my favorite character.
There are many like that. Like usually all the
Okay.
Omniscience subjects, or like all of the Mechanicus usually talk in binary.
Right. I'm
They
just
consider
playing
it
my
like the
video
holy
on
language.
screen. Let me see. Is there a
Um,
name here? Go ahead.
And probably it's not a known name. It's probably original for the game because you have to consider like the Imperium of Man in Warhammer 40k spans over thousands of planets, and there are
Right.
like conflicts all around the world. There are a lot of potential of untold stories, so they usually make something up
Okay.
for each game and stuff.
Kind of like, yeah, the Star Wars universe is really expansive, but that's all not canon now. Which is very sad.
Yeah, because fuck Disney.
Yeah, but I'm really enjoying it, man. There's something really interesting about it, and the squad that you control as well. They all have their own ideals. Like they're all working for the Mechanicus faction, but they all still want their own thing. Like one guy's obsessed with the research, another one's more about the religious side. I'm really loving it. Like, and people compare it to XCOM, and it plays similarly, but there's a lot of really cool, unique mechanics.
Mechanics.
I highly recommend it. It's really fun. And even Simi was curious about it. She doesn't play those kind of games often, so
Yeah, it looks really fun, and it has really cool music, and I love the way the characters sound. Like they.
yeah. Like it's I don't know, have Mechanicus people or type priests been voice acted before in anything?
I
I don't
know.
think so, right? Because I remember reading the
Barely.
devs were like, oh, we'll even get the opportunity to create the sounds of their guns for the first time.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, it's really cool. I highly recommend it. I think you
Oh,
guys would both
Now
like
I'm
it.
curious if it's like authentic with guns and everything. Because
If it's what?
Authentic with guns and everything.
Mm.
Because they have some really interesting weapons.
Yeah, they do. It's cool, man. I think you guys would like it. You should check out my review of it.
Are there vehicles?
Not that
this
I've seen so
game as
far,
well,
no.
or in
I don't think so, because you're like in crypts the whole time. The whole game takes place underground,
okay.
so.
No, because Mechanicus has some of the most interesting vehicles as well.
Yeah, like, I don't know, do the vehicles have spirits? Because that's what I'm gathering the weapons do. Like, they are actually kind of alive, in a way.
Well, tech priests believe, and also like most of humanity believes, that all of the machinery, if it's blessed by the Omnissiah, has like, yeah, basically a
Some
ghost
sort of
inside it.
spirit, yeah. Yeah, it's cool, man. I'm really liking it. Is there anything... Like, are the Space Marines as boring as they look? Like, they basically look
depends. Depends on the order. There are some really interesting
Sure.
orders.
Well,
like
Guf,
the
which one's your
most-
favorite?
I'm not sure.
Rage, do you have one that sticks out in your mind?
My favorite.
Like, and why?
My favorite Primarch is the Mortarion, but my favorite, I guess, the Dark Angels.
Alright.
Because I actually painted a successor chapter after them.
Yeah, you have the Rage collects the figurines for the board game, right? What's the board game
for-
called? Is it just Warhammer 40k?
Yeah, Warhammer 40k.
The tabletop, sorry, whatever.
Tabletop, yeah.
Not board game.
Sorry, just the game reminded me of this picture I saw recently. Where it's just some priest blessing a computer.
Oh, that's probably Russian.
Blessing a computer?
Yeah, like he's doing
Yeah,
the
but that's
holy
Russian.
water thing.
I as soon as I saw a picture, I thought it was a Russian Orthodox priest, and it is. Because the
That's
Russian
really funny.
Orthodox Church has a weird practice where
That's
they
so funny.
get money to bless things, and they
Dude,
bless
they-
like they used to like they regularly bless war equipment like tanks and
That happened-
weapons and rockets.
That happened when I was in the army. They would like bless us every month. And
Yeah,
I don't know
but
if
the Russian,
they'd go to the tanks like you're saying and like throw holy water. I don't know if they
they
did
do
that.
they do that in Russia.
Dude, they do that in Romania as well, but like to the extent where it's like I think every time Christmas is about to come, so you know, like now basically,
Yeah.
they actually come like fucking trick or treaters to your door. They knock on the door and they ask you for money, so they come in your house and fucking
That happens
splash,
in Cyprus too.
splash water around to bless your shit.
Yep, that
It's
happens
like-
here too.
God, fuck off! Like I can do that.
I mean,
Stop.
some people want that, you
yeah,
know. But
I get it,
it
but
should be a service that you call for. Don't come to my
yeah,
door.
but also it's like, why do I need to pay for it? Like you're throwing water around, you know?
Well, it's resources. It costs, and he
Because
blesses it.
church without money does not.
Yeah, but it's like I understand paying, I don't know, to go into their church, into the building and doing stuff in the building, but I don't know, throwing like waving some plant with water on it in my house, I don't think you need money for that, you know?
Yeah, I had to do that in the army as well, and every month they would like take us to, because Cyprus is pretty religious traditionally,
It's
and
the-
yeah, just this
what is-
priest would like dip a
what is
hole.
the sorry.
Yeah, go on. It's Orthodox if that's what you're asking.
Yeah, what the major
Cyprus
like,
is Cyprus is mostly Orthodox, yeah.
Yeah, same
Um,
for
But yeah, basically a branched size, like huge, like so many leaves and just like fucking
But
launch it across.
But it is under the Greek Orthodoxy, right?
It's Greek Orthodox, yeah.
Ah,
The south side, at least, of Cyprus.
right.
But yeah,
Yeah.
that's always fun.
did they make you do the thing where you kiss the priest's
Yeah, I didn't
lap.
do it though. I didn't. Oh,
Whatever.
not the lap. No.
They do that in Romania. It's so gross, dude. Like,
No,
who does
it's not.
that? Or like the pictures. It's like, oh, they're so dirty,
Yeah,
dude.
yeah, that's what we had to do. I just didn't. I pretended.
Like I remember being a kid, and you know, when I was taken to church, I would see like these old women like press their lips like
Yeah.
so flush against the fucking pictures of Jesus, like, "Mwah!" like, jeez, stop.
I love you, Jesus.
I think even Jesus is like, okay,
All right, chill out.
calm down. You know?
Speaking of more religious stuff in games, me and Rage started Destiny 2. Guf has already played it as well. Simi might join in. But what are you thinking so far, Rage, of Destiny?
Well, not very challenging.
No, that's for sure. It's only now, like maybe after 2-3 hours, getting a little bit like,
Yeah.
oh, I might die once, but then you revive me in like 4 seconds with no penalty or anything like that. I think
But
it'll
it
probably get
is-
harder with raids and stuff later on, but
Yeah, but it is like the gameplay loop is enjoyable. So
yeah,
far.
yeah, it does
The
feel because it's
guns-
developed by Bungie. It feels like
Yeah,
Halo
yeah.
Borderlands kind of.
The shooting feels nice,
Yeah.
and the movement is also good. Yeah, just a bit uncreative with their enemies.
I
That's
was
just
like
I was
Halo.
gonna say, from what I've seen from it, there's just so many things that use names like Dominus, right?
Yeah, like
Yeah.
this gross ass alien comes in, he's like, "Hello, Master Dominus." Like, were the parents when Dominus was born, were they like, "Oh, what do we call him, honey? Little Dominus. He's gonna dominate the world."
But like recently, like in the past week, there's been like 4 other things.
Four. Yeah, 4 mentions of the name Dominus in games in 1 week.
One was in Mechanicus, wasn't it?
Mechanicus, you play as Dominus. In Destiny 2, he's the main antagonist. In Path of Exile, there's a boss called Dominus, and there was one more.
Wildstar.
Wildstar.
Well, yeah, it's some dude that was like not a god, but like very important dude,
Oh, man.
and his name is also Dominus. And guess what? He was kind of bad.
Yeah, he dominates stuff, yeah.
Yeah.
And all the
The Dominion was probably named after him.
Wildstar also suffers from really bad names like Dominion and Protoss
Nexus.
and whatever.
It doesn't have Protoss.
Stuff like that. Yeah.
Elden, like the elder gods are called Elden. Like
Nice.
good job. Like they were
And-
called Elden when they existed. Like what they knew they were gonna be old and mysterious one day. It's
And
like what?
Destiny, it's like, oh, you've got the goblins, you've got the wraiths, you've got the wizards, you've got the... Oh, and the bike? It's not a bike, it's a pike. With a P. Like,
Named after the fish?
yes. Or, like, if you find a car, will it be car with a K? Or-
Tar. It'll be tar.
Or Gar, it'll be Gar. Like, I don't know. I mean, Halo was never that creative anyway. Like, you have Ghost and
Oh,
Wraith and Pelican.
And also all the what pelican? Like the fucking animal?
Yeah, the human vehicles were named after animals. Mongoose,
Oh,
stuff like that.
okay.
And yeah, like in Halo, you've got a flying floating orb with a blue eye, and it's called Guilty Spark. And then in this one, you've also got one, they're called Ghosts. They reused that name. And
Oh
it's
my
also a
God.
floating little orb with a blue eye, like...
Jeez, and it's like kind of witty in a way, or
A little bit. I mean, the main character of Halo is called Master Chief. Like, we know they're not the best fucking people at naming things.
it kind of reminds me of Superman. Like that's a great name, and he lives in a big city called Metropolis, and then there's a small
Yeah.
town called Smallville. I mean, just saying.
Smallville.
But
Small.
I was
Superman is excused, though. He was like one of the first of his kind. Like, he is
Okay,
the Superman.
okay,
You know
fine,
what I mean?
his name. But who the fuck thought Metropolis
No,
and
no, that's-
Smallville was
Smallville
a
is-
good idea? Like that's
Smallville.
so stupid. But I was gonna say another thing that happens in like every fucking sci-fi thing I've seen in my life. There's always some fucking growth, corruption.
Yeah, the
thing.
Zerg in
like
StarCraft.
Zerg, yeah, like Zerg, and even didn't Alien have something like that?
Well, I mean, the aliens were kind of that, yeah.
But fucking Wildstar has that too with this purple shit called Strain, and it's
Halo
a-
with the Flood.
oh yeah, Halo. I was gonna say Halo has
And
that.
Destiny has its own version of the Flood, like 2 different versions, basically. Me and Rage just discovered the second one today. Like,
Yeah.
there's 2, and
Yeah.
yeah. But apart from all the lack of imagination there, the like pretty much, I don't know, 3 out of 4 of the planets have been super interesting to look at. In my opinion, the aesthetic is
Yeah.
just really cool. Like, I think a lot of sci-fi things kind of struggle to get alien worlds interesting, but Destiny's doing it really well.
You know what a big problem is with alien worlds in things?
Mm.
Like people don't really think about the fact that a planet doesn't need to be the whole planet one thing. You know what I mean?
One biome, yeah, like
yeah,
it's like desert
the-
planets.
It's like this is the desert planet. The whole fucking thing is a desert. This is the winter planet.
That-
Everything is snowy. This
that
is
can
the
be
one.
a thing, though.
I
That
know
can be a
it,
thing.
I know it can be, but it doesn't mean all of them have
Yeah,
to
sure,
be.
sure.
And it's like this is the forest planet. The whole thing is a giant jungle. But it's
Yeah.
like look at Earth. We have like all of those things on Earth. You know,
Yeah.
like we have fucking
Yeah.
acid pits and lava places and freezing. You know,
Dude, Earth is cool. People don't like Earth is cool.
yeah, Earth is like
some cool
yeah,
stuff.
it has life on it. That's pretty cool. Not like Mars. You know.
Speaking of MMOs with shooting in them. I just noticed. Do any of you remember the game Hellgate London? From back
Hellgate.
to
Hellgate. So rings a bell.
yeah, back from 2007.
2007.
Yeah, I've been browsing the new releases on Steam, and apparently someone re-released it on Steam. Hellgate London.
Yeah. Released November 2018.
Yeah, but it's a game back from 2007, and I remember it looked really interesting, but it flopped hard.
This is a trailer. There you go. Some gameplay. I mean, it looks like an MMO. It looks like an MMO. I mean, it honestly looks all right.
Well, it kind of that weapon reminded me of Quake or like Half-Life or something.
A shooter MMO is pretty original for 2007, though.
Yep, but it didn't work out really well.
Yeah, that's interesting.
How much is it? I might just grab it.
€8 on sale right now. Go for it, Rage. You can tell us next week how you think how a 2007 MMO holds up nowadays. Probably not that great.
Probably not.
It looks okay though. Honestly, it looks okay.
I wanted to say another thing about Destiny 2, which is another thing I always complain about alien stuff or like sci-fi stuff with aliens. I mean, I don't know the story. Like, you can choose between 3 species to play as, and it's like human, and then blue human, or it can be slightly green or slightly purple,
cold-blooded human,
vampires basically, and then robot. But so what's the story with the
Awoken?
Is that their name?
They're called Awoken.
Right.
Is there a story with them, Rage? I don't know.
I have no idea. I never played the first one.
Are they humans or are they aliens?
I don't know, man. It lacks. It doesn't explain it. Either it's explained in the first game, which isn't available on PC, or it's probably through side lore that we haven't gotten to yet, or.
It's because it's like.
But it is still boring. Like it's human, blue human, or robot human.
Yeah.
Okay, no, the robots do look different. Like they're not robot human. Like they don't have human features on their face,
They're
which would have been
relatively original.
It would have been really annoying if they looked like humans as well.
It would be interesting to see, if not an MMO, but like a multiplayer game, where you are not bipedal. Anything.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you can just be a floating jellyfish.
I mean, what's it called? I think Meadow. It's in the universe of Shelter. Do you guys know Shelter? It's like a small indie polygonic pastel-colored game about like playing as a mother badger that protects the babies and stuff. I think Meadow is the name. It's an MMO where you can play as different animals. I mean, it's not bipedal. That's all. But you can play as different animals in the same world.
I mean, hey, look at Overwatch. You play as a gorilla. There you go.
What baffles me, like if you look at all these sci-fi games, like universes like Mass Effect and Destiny, and even stuff like StarCraft and everything.
Yeah.
It's always however abstract the aliens might be, they're usually bipedal with 2 arms and 2 legs.
Yeah.
Like even in StarCraft, you have the Zerg, of course, they are quite different, but the Protoss also are bipedal with 2 arms and 2 legs.
Yeah, and they're called Protoss, by the way.
Oh my god, yeah.
It literally just means first in Greek. That's
well,
it.
that game came
Such an
out in the
overuse.
90s.
Sure,
you have to be creative back
I'll
then.
forgive it a little bit.
But also stuff like Mass Effect, but there are dime a dozen different
Protheans.
aliens.
Oh my god,
yeah, they are. Majority of them are bipedal.
Yeah.
With 2 arms.
It's because I know why they do that. It's because when you interact with these aliens, it wants to make it more, because you know how humans are. We see something that's not bipedal and whatever, and we're like, animal, beast, whatever, kill it, you know. But if it's more like a human, we're more like, oh, maybe it's intelligent, or you know what I mean. Like, and it's more it's easier to like relate or connect with the characters, but yeah, I get you. Like, like imagine some fucking weird ass 4-legged 3-headed creature. It's a bit harder to be like, yeah, that's my friend, my alien friend, you know.
I don't think so. I think I mean, I kind of get what you're coming from, but I don't. If we can move past that, like I can still totally connect with someone that seems friendly, even if they look fucked up. You know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I would like to see some original stuff. I'm sure there's some games that have done it. I just can't think of any right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I do want to see
I've
more
made
stuff like
non-bipedal aliens that are
yeah,
intelligent and
you
not
need to
animals.
put them in a game and we can play that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Sunset Overdrive came out for PC.
Yeah,
Like,
as well. Like I
out of
noticed-
nowhere.
Yeah, a lot of older stuff. Like I noticed that, and then I saw Hellgate, and then I think is this? Yeah, the fucking Star Wars pod racer.
Really?
Wait, what? The
Yeah.
old game?
I think it's the old game. Yeah, release date's May 17th, 1999.
I
On
don't even
s-
have it. I don't even have it on my wish list yet. So they just
Wait.
added it.
on Steam?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Is this the one
shit.
you played,
Oh,
Simi?
Yeah, dude.
Old
I
Indiana
fucking-
Jones games. The old Sam and Max Hit the Road.
What?
They put
on
Hit the
Steam?
Road on Steam?
Oh yes.
They put Hit the Road on Steam?
They put all Lucasfilms games. Like that's all
What?
Lucasfilms.
This is brand new. Yeah, this pod racer thing is brand new. You're telling me they put Hit the Road? That's awesome.
Yeah,
Dude,
just
I
go to
fucking-
new and trending, and then
Yeah,
you will
there's Hit
see
the
all
Road.
of them.
Oh, dude, I need them on. I think I already have Hit the Road. Like
I
I
will
bought
grab
it
some.
already, but
Yeah, wasn't it on GOG or? I don't
yeah,
know.
we have it
Yeah.
from GOG. But you know,
I will grab 7 Max right away. It's €3 right now.
Dude, have you played the Telltale Sam Max games?
Yes, of course. I played
Okay,
all
'cause-
except the third one.
Okay,
the
'cause I was
third
gonna
one is the best.
Because I was gonna say they're even better, and Telltale games are being removed from Steam like right now. So if you want to grab any Telltale games, now's the time. Like the Walking Dead games have already been removed. Back to the Future, Jurassic Park.
Because they have a licensing issue. No one knows where the IPs are going.
No, that's
Well, no, it's
not.
'cause
This
Telltale's
Telltale's
shutting
closing down. Yeah.
Yeah, no one knows where the IPs are going. Intellectual
Yeah.
properties.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Probably
I mean,
nowhere. I would assume.
we don't know. Maybe some of them will be bought up. Like Batman could be bought by Warner
Yeah,
Brothers.
but then there's like licensing issues, and if Steam can continue distributing, they will put them back up. I would assume.
Yeah. That's cool though. Yeah, and Disney's stuff has been pretty decent with ports from all the stuff I've tried. So
Disney?
hopefully, like Hit the Road and all that stuff will be.
Oh yeah.
Dude,
will work
I'm
well.
excited for Pod Racer. I played so much. I played that game so much when I was a kid. I don't even know. Can you play it like? I'm assuming it has local multiplayer. I only played it with
Yeah.
bots as a kid.
Oh, let me
Yeah, I would
actually-
assume.
Let me actually check.
I would assume.
It would be cool if it had online.
It
That'd be
says
great.
it has multiplayer.
Probably not
Probably local.
online.
I doubt that they would rework the game now. But yeah, Sunset Overdrive looks cool. Insomniac game. I hope that means maybe we'll get Ratchet and Clank one day.
Oh, that'd be
I don't
cool.
know if that's owned by Sony though, like if they funded it or not, because we got Crash and Spyro are gonna be coming to Steam, which is gonna be
Fire
amazing.
is coming to Steam.
Yeah, they're remaking it just like the Crash Bandicoot games, and they're gonna put them on Steam. I'm pretty sure it's published by Activision, so I'm 99% sure about Spyro.
That's cool.
Yeah, man. And Sphinx and the Cursed Mummy, nobody knows about that game. I was planning to Let's Play it, and now they remade it and put it on Steam as well. That's amazing, dude. And Asterix and Obelix XXL2, like so many childhood games that are hidden gems that nobody's played, and
Yeah,
they're remaking them.
basically,
That's crazy to me.
All
just-
of the LucasArts stuff.
All LucasArts. That's cool. That's great.
I'm just kind of curious why the fuck, like you know, there's Rayman games on Steam. Why the fuck didn't they put Rayman 2 and 3?
Yeah, Rayman 2 is only available as a pre-order bonus for Rayman Origins. You can have it on Steam, but they didn't release it on Steam.
Yeah, I have it.
Which is so weird. Like, they could make some money.
Can I go back to the bipedal, non-bipedal aliens?
Sure.
Yeah, go for it.
I just want to quickly plug some of my designs. Just I'm just curious if you think these count as non-bipedal aliens.
Well, non-bipedal means that's.
I mean, yeah, I know. I'm saying, but they're still kind of close to that. Like, what do you think of these?
Yeah.
Yeah? Yeah, I like this one. I mean, it's still like...
Human-esque. Like,
yeah,
it has
yeah.
human-ish
I've
thing.
seen you make weirder things in this.
Like, the next one is pretty different. Pretty not human.
Yeah. Yeah. They're
Yeah.
cool. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
By the way, guys. Sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, Simi, are you done or
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
just last week we talked about farming simulators
Oh,
and
yeah.
how successful they are. Go to top selling in Steam.
Oh no.
Let's see. Top sellers on Steam. Let's see what's here. Farming Simulator 2019. Nice.
Damn.
Hell yeah. And then Football Manager 2019 is like 5th.
Well, Football Manager is really big, like really, really
NBA,
big.
yeah.
Wait, go back to the
Great
list.
Britain.
Artifact is third.
Artifact is coming out, in 10 days.
How's it third? People pre-ordered it, I guess.
Yeah.
It's third. Oh my god, a Steam game. I mean, a
Valve
Valve
game.
game, not a Steam game.
Fuck, I hope it does well, but we'll see. Farming Simulator, yeah, I mean, it looks like the others, but just probably better graphics, and you can do a few more things. They look like well-made games, though. I can see the appeal. I can see the appeal on this more
Farming
than Football Manager.
simulators are increasing more, like, yeah, quality.
I can see the fun in this one, honestly.
I like how some things can be so fun in a game, but so not fun in real life. Like nobody wants to be. Most people don't want to be farmers, you know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but-
just like,
faster in a game than in real life.
but then
Yeah.
it's
You
the
you
same.
progress faster.
You take to spend
the
money
same
and stuff.
with-
Yeah.
It's the same with war simulations. No,
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah.
But I was thinking, like, I love cooking games, but I hate cooking in real life. Like, I don't even do it, you know. But
A lot of cooking games work though for a lot of people, like you.
yeah, dude,
Yeah.
they're so fun, and they can be so different. Like, okay, some of them, like, cook serve delicious is not exactly realistic.
Cook,
Like,
serve delicious.
you
yeah.
you just like press some buttons, and it's like the meat is already cooked. It's like, you know what I mean? Like, it's
Yeah,
not
yeah.
really.
So,
it's more of
do-
a like cute.
Do you have a realistic cooking game?
There's a VR one coming out really soon.
All right.
Let me see. I mean, it depends on how realistic you want it to be. You know.
Yeah, sure.
I think you could you could cut the vegetables but okay, that it also showed that was a game where you can fuck around and like throw your pots around and shit.
Yeah, like this is Cooking Simulator for VR.
Oh, and it's just called Cooking Simulator.
Yeah. I mean, it's like, you can cut the... That's not a VR controller that they're using in the trailer. I don't think this person owns a VR... Wait, is this the VR game? No, this is not the VR game.
Oh, okay.
My bad.
It looks VR though, like
It looks like they could
It
easily
could
port
be.
it to it.
yeah.
This looks like that house building game you played, Guff.
Oh yeah,
A bit, yeah.
What was it called?
House flipper, right?
House Flipper. Yeah.
I remember you were just putting those tiles on the
Oh,
walls.
I asked Guff to stream the game so I can see him play it, and it was like 5 minutes of just putting a tile in the bathroom. Like,
You didn't watch it for 5 minutes, Sheep.
did I not? No,
I
dude,
don't
I
think
left
you
it
did.
on. We were just talking, and I watched you just play it.
And
I think okay. Then you started watching just as I started putting the tiles up.
Sure, but you were
But-
tiling the bathroom
But
for
I
5 minutes.
remember,
That's still...
I remember you were like running out of them, and you would go to the menu and like buy more tiles
Yeah.
or something like that, and then you put one tile at a time. And I remember you put not cement, whatever it's called, the thing that
The, like, foundation kind of
foundation or whatever.
thing.
You put the foundation, put the tile, put the foundation. It's so real, like, oh my god.
But like, it's totally... I can see how it's like relaxing for people.
I like this kind of stuff that are within other games. You know what I mean? Like, not a game where you do just that. You know what I mean?
Like you'd like this
Right.
in Sims,
Like
where you could go to
yeah,
stuff.
exactly. I was thinking of Sims. Like I like the gardening in Sims. Like of course it's simplified and shit.
Mhm.
But yeah, I like that. But I probably wouldn't play just a garden.
So basically, mini games.
Yeah, like where it's like simplified. Like it still can still be like a simulation, but not so detailed, and it's
Yeah.
within a bigger game. I think that's
That's
my
the
favorite.
biggest appeal of GTA, for example, as well. Like,
GTA?
there's so much, GTA 5. Like there is so much shit to do. Like there you can go do yoga or
Yeah.
play sports or tennis and whatever. But you wouldn't just play a game where you just do yoga or just to play tennis. But you have
mean,
all
there
that,
are
like,
tennis
GTA.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but that's what he's saying. You can like do that for 20 minutes and then go do something else. Like I
Yeah,
played
yeah.
golf
go,
in GTA
go
as
rob
well.
a bank or kill a
Yeah.
person.
yeah, that's cool. Did
And
Saints Row have shit like that? I don't.
And
I
like
don't
for
remember.
example, in that Red Dead Redemption that just came out, like it
it's a
has
Rockstar again.
a lot again. Like there's the whole hunting is like a side activity that has
Mhm.
nothing to do with the main story, but it's so complex. Like there are so many things you have to do, like to get the best results. Like
Yeah,
you have
I
to
like that.
track an animal and find an animal that it's worth hunting, and then you have to know its weak points, and then you have to shoot those weak points, otherwise the hide will get damaged and stuff like
That's
that.
cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Assassin's Creed 4 had that as well, from what I remember. Like 3 also had hunting, but 4 was the first thing to introduce with Black Flag with the pirate stuff. Like it also had you had to like look for rare sea animals and stuff. I remember it was also a little bit more in depth than
The
usual.
one with Raton had the.
Not on I get one. 3, yeah, it had hunting
Yeah,
as well.
like I remember. But what was the point?
What was the point? You crafted stuff.
And didn't Tomb Raider have hunting? Like,
Yeah,
was that
Tomb Raider as well. Also pretty simplified, and Far Cry as well. Also kind of simplified.
was it also for crafting?
Yeah,
Oh,
Yeah.
and I think at some point in The Last of Us, you hunt, right?
I don't remember
I
hunting
remember
Last of Us.
I think you play as the girl, and it's like snowy and or something.
Maybe, I'm not sure. Yeah, cool. Well, the last thing I have on my list to talk about is Xbox is getting keyboard and mouse.
What?
Oh, I heard
Officially.
about that.
Razer, Simi, would you mind turning on the light actually, please?
Okay.
The sun is setting here, and I look like a fucking beetroot. Yes, Xbox is getting mouse and keyboard from Razer, which like I feel like I would be.
What's the point?
Well,
Because it's a lot more accurate. But I feel like as an Xbox gamer, I would now feel obligated. Like I have to get one, or else I'm at a huge disadvantage. If I want to play Call of Duty or anything competitive, I'm gonna be
like-
destroyed by the people with the mouse.
The
Yes.
consoles are
Unless they
realizing the superiority of PC.
Unless they separate. Okay, no. I agree with you for the most part, but do you also have any of you played on consoles much?
No.
A bit.
Okay, the one thing I realized moving from console gaming to PC gaming, the one good thing that analog sticks have over keyboards is if you're playing a game like Hitman and you need to follow someone and you press the button to walk, you don't immediately go faster than them, or you have to keep
Right.
stopping and then move and then stop and then move and then stop because there's no in between speed. Like with a controller, you can like move the stick slightly. That's why I want analog keys in the keyboard, like just for WASD. Wouldn't that be great?
Yeah, that would be.
Analog input has a lot of advantages. Like not just Hitman, like all the action games, like Dark Souls, I wouldn't play without a controller, even on PC or
That's not necessary.
even
but like
but even with good mouse and keyboard support, which there is, like Monster Hunter didn't fuck it up. It's pretty good. I would still
Yeah.
prefer analog input with a controller.
yeah. That's a different point though. I'm talking about like in games where Metro or Call of Duty, where you need to follow a companion. Even.
I would
And-
never play. I would never play a first FPS on console. I would hate that.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is the problem is that NPC is like always walking faster than you, so you need to walk, stop, walk, stop, walk, stop.
Yeah, I was gonna
'Cause-
say
yeah.
there's some games that have a button like a toggle where you
Yeah.
can walk slower or
Sometimes that's not enough though.
Yeah.
Sometimes that's like still not the right speed.
I for some reason Rayman M has that. Why would you need to walk in that? I don't fucking
in
know.
a racing game.
In the fighting part.
Oh, only in the fighting part.
But still, like, what's the point? Why would you want to walk in that?
Maybe it's a leftover from the Rayman 2 engine. Maybe in Rayman 2 you could do that as well.
Maybe with the
That's my
controller.
only assumption.
But in WildStar, there's just 3 speeds you can walk. Because I was suffering exactly that, especially in WildStar. You fucking run, like
Yeah.
your character runs, and it's like, oh, follow this character, and they're like casually strolling, and
Yeah.
I'm just like, like I start running, stop running, and sometimes I accidentally like dash and I do a roll
Yeah.
on the floor. It's like so fucking stupid. And then I discovered, oh, there's a button to walk. Now I don't feel like an idiot. And I just like also casually stroll with the character.
Yeah.
Yeah, so either analog keyboards or games should have a toggle button to walk slower or whatever.
Multiple speeds. Not the whole keyboard though. I think just WASD would be good to have analog, but maybe problems come with that as well. I'm not sure, but I like the idea of it. It
It's
sounds kind of
difficult.
cool.
It's difficult to implement without a stick. Like
Sure.
mechanically.
And also maybe
Um,
it would affect the typing or whatever.
Yeah,
I-
that's what I'm wondering.
I remember, like you know that Half-Life 2 and games after that have all these the mode where you can like enable developer commentaries.
Yeah. Valve games mostly.
And I remember they said like with the scenes where you like follow Alex, they deliberately made that she's faster than your walking speed but slower
Mhm.
than your sprint speed. Deliberately. I don't know. I don't remember the reason, but I think developers do that deliberately.
Faster than your walking speed, but slower than your sprint, so you can never keep up with her perfectly. But in Half-Life, I don't remember having that problem. But maybe it's been a while since I've played it.
Yeah, Half-Life did it well. Like I never
Maybe.
felt too fast. There's also not that much. Like I don't think in Half-Life you walk for that much
Exactly.
distance. You
At
know?
a time, like when you
Maybe-
follow Alex, it's like you're
I-
gonna turn a corner anyway.
I think the most is like in episode 2 where you're like in the big, not forest, but you know, you're like in the
Yeah,
mountains and shit.
In episode 1, you're a lot with her. Like more.
Yeah,
than
but
in
again, it's
episode
like
2.
tight
yeah,
corridors.
it's like you're in the fucking like parking of.
Well, I
some
don't know.
underground-
My point is, it's just I think not just
It
in
was
Half-Life,
deliberate.
but it is deliberate. Yeah.
It
But
might be.
Don't
I
know
feel
the
like
reason.
the way I see it is it's probably just like they overlooked it because it works on console and they don't really try it on PC. Maybe, but who knows?
And also back to the keyboard and mouse and console. That's not a novum. Like PS3 had keyboard and mouse support.
Yeah, sure. It's just it's
and
probably
it
gonna reach
never-
mainstream levels with
Never,
Razer.
yeah, it never went popular. It will
Yeah.
also not go popular with Xbox One and Razer because first of all, more people own a PS4 than an Xbox. And second one, since it's from Razer, it will be expensive as hell.
Yeah, but people love Razer, like this fanboys, I guess, for lack of a better word, that will be like, oh, it's Razer, I'm gonna get it, you know. But-
To some extent, I would get their peripherals, but then would never get a Razer headset, for example.
Yeah, I've had 2. They've been okay for the most part. I don't know, they seem fine.
the whole thing with a console with keyboard and mouse, it seems it's like defeats the whole purpose of console. Like to
'Cause you
me,
wanna sit-
the whole point of console is like, oh, you can connect it to your TV, sit on the couch, sit back, whatever, you know. And PC is more like you sit at the desk and whatever. So like, what's if you put a keyboard and mouse to the Xbox? That means you have to bring the Xbox to the desk and sit at it like you're at the computer.
I don't know, they haven't showed it off. Maybe it like sits on you on the couch like with little legs or something.
It comes with a table or something.
I don't know. For me, the main problem is the
I
like,
remember.
advantage.
Yeah, even the 360, even though it was not for playing purposes, but like the 360 controller had a attachment with the whole keyboard.
Yeah,
Where
I've
you-
used, I've
for
used that.
typing.
For
Yeah.
typing. Oh god.
Yeah, it would like just connect at the bottom here.
Yeah.
Just a small keyboard. Also, speaking of Razer, they're making headphones that like vibrate your face and inside of
Yeah.
your head, according to audio. And there's also a vest, not by Razer, but it has like I think speakers within it all around the vest, and people say like it's really cool, especially in VR, or I think someone used
But
it
also
while they were.
vibrates, like happy.
Yeah, it vibrates. Yeah. Someone was using it while they were making music, so they could like feel the music in them. Like I guess, like if they're in a club or something or something. That sounds kind of cool. Or like if you're shooting a gun in the game, you actually kind of feel like the sound ricocheting off your body, which does happen to a certain extent in real life. You don't realize it, I guess.
They actually started using those vests for deaf people, and like maybe it's not exactly the same vest because it's a vest where it like takes audio from around it. Like you can talk, and it like you know how you see the waves of sounds like in programs or whatever. It does that, but with speakers all around the vest. It's only on the back, I think, and basically it teaches deaf people. Like deaf people can learn. Oh, this
This came
pattern.
from this direction.
this
Or-
pattern means this word, you know.
Oh, okay, like
And
that.
they can learn to speak like that, like to so you can speak to them, and that's how they hear you, you know.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a bit different from the one you said VR, where it just has everywhere. This one only has on the back. But yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's my list. Anyone got anything that you played recently, or I mean, how is Battlefield 5, Guf? I don't think you really said like how does it compare to the other Battlefields that you've played. And
I really like it. There are a couple of bugs that are a bit annoying, but the gameplay is really nice, I think.
I do like the new squad revival system. It makes you feel like you're a part of a bigger thing, kind of. When I tried it in the beta,
Yes.
like everyone can revive everyone, and
Well, all your squad mates can revive you.
oh right, that's it. You don't have to be medic necessarily.
No, but you have to be medic to revive people outside of your squad.
Sure, yeah.
And I really like that they've toned down the 3D spotting a lot.
So okay.
So
3D spotting?
in Battlefield 1, you can look at an enemy and press Q, and now they are spotted. So I have this red icon over them for like
through walls,
maybe
and stuff.
10 seconds.
So wall
No,
hack.
not through walls.
Was it not through walls?
No.
Okay.
But if you have line of sight to them, you would see the icon,
Okay.
and they would also be spotted on the minimap.
Mm-hmm.
And now in Battlefield 5, you have to. There are certain ways you can spot enemies, but you can't just look at them and press Q.
Oh, okay.
Right. And I really like that because it makes it like easier to flank and stuff.
Yeah, and also it's just a little bit less
Cheap.
it's less of a crutch, I guess. Like, did you guys see that PUBG was gonna add pings like in Rainbow Six Siege?
Oh no.
PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. I don't know what they were thinking, because half of the fun in PUBG is like, it's a vast like field, and you've got to describe to your teammate where they are. They're like, oh, on the compass they're at 150 from my position. At that house there's a tree on the left. Like, it's part of the fun. But they showed like it just completely removed that. You could just press a button, ping that rock right there.
Yeah,
like
I don't think it's fun.
Like in Totally Accurate Battlegrounds, they have that.
Oh,
But that,
okay, like that.
that game is.
I thought you meant like ping them. I was thinking like Payday, where they get a highlight and then you can see them through the wall. For a
No,
bit.
not through walls. No.
That would be so
No,
annoying.
like you just mark like in Rainbow Six Siege, like beep, and it's just a little arrow on the rock that you ping.
Right.
But they haven't implemented it, and that was a while ago in the test servers, so I think they probably realized it was a bad idea. But that would destroy the game completely in my
It'd
eyes.
make it too
No,
so much
I
easier.
disagree.
You disagree?
Yeah, I don't think
There's
it's fun describing
improvement.
things at all.
What about you, Rage?
Well, it is an improvement in team communication. I don't think it's necessarily
I think
bad.
that's really.
Because
I mean-
I think that's
not
part
all
of the fun.
people- Not all people can describe things very well.
Sure,
Like
but-
me.
Especially
that's
if it's
not-
hectic and you're being shot upon and have all
But
those
that's
things
part
to
of
do
the
and
fun,
explaining
like-
stuff to
No,
you.
it's not fun.
No,
I mean,
it's not.
I'm just saying that argument is like saying not everyone can aim, so Counter Strike should give me aim assist. Like, I mean,
that's not
you know?
necessarily the same thing.
I mean, imagine if-
describing stuff has nothing to do with skill.
I think so. I think it's part of like teaching yourself to remain calm and being observant, and it's just a skill that's required in a battle situation. For me, it would have completely ruined that aspect of PUBG. It would have.
So would you like it in Siege if there was no pinging?
I don't know, because Siege started off with it, so like it's part of it.
Yeah, but just imagine it. Instead of pinging, it's like, oh, behind the wall
Yeah,
in that room.
I don't think
on
it
the
would have
left.
been a bad thing necessarily. Again, because I started with it, I'm fine with it. Like that's the way the game has evolved all this time. But I did like tactical realism mode, where you lose that and you don't even get kill confirmations. That was really interesting. Yeah, I don't know. I just wouldn't say change it now. You know, if Siege removed it now, a lot of people would be upset because that's part of the game. And also PUBG, it's like you can pretty much see the whole map most of the times anyway. It's like, oh, there's a tree over there, this compass, whatever. But Siege is like a closed corridor, so maybe it's harder to describe stuff without learning the callouts and whatever. Yeah, I don't know.
What about CS:GO? That doesn't have pinging, does it?
No.
So you have to describe like.
Yeah, but in
Yeah, but-
CS:GO,
Yeah.
like you need to. Everyone learns the callouts after a certain point. You're at a
And
huge
the-
disadvantage until you do
the
that.
maps are simpler designed.
Yeah, they're really simplified and kind of like streamlined to be super competitive, and very like they remove slight slopes in a road because it might fuck up your grenade. Like they want it to be super consistent and super competitive.
Yeah, in Overwatch, there's no pinging, and you have to describe where people are. I mean, it's just Overwatch is so, fast.
doesn't
Like
matter,
there's
yeah.
not much stealth, But
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
sometimes it does happen where it's like, oh, he was over there, and
Yeah. Something I really appreciate in Overwatch, it's kind of spoiled me. Like, I first got my Oni skin for Genji, which is black and red, and I threw my shurikens and I was like, oh, the trail is still green, that sucks. But I learned to appreciate that after a while, because in Overwatch there's never any confusion on who's your enemy and what's a friendly attack and stuff like that, apart from maybe Winston when he becomes red. That's a little bit confusing. But like, we played Heroes of the Storm, and Asmodon has a skin where he becomes green, and his like circle where he's shooting a giant ball becomes green, and I kept thinking that was a friendly ball. And I think more games need to take a page out of Overwatch, where like just have all the attacks a consistent color for all the enemy attacks, and like, especially because you can change the skin.
Same argument. You pay more attention. And I don't
Well,
know.
no, the difference is that Asmodan, like if Asmodan's shot was always green, I wouldn't complain about it as much. But the fact that he changed his skin to make it green, then it's like I need to relearn it. Kind of like in Siege, where like I used to be able to. I used to pick out Sledge easily, but now everyone can have a yellow hazmat suit. So like I don't know exactly who I might have killed.
Yeah, it's annoying. Like, you shouldn't have to memorize skins for gameplay.
That's my only
reasons.
real problem.
Like,
yeah.
skins shouldn't change stuff that are important to gameplay, you know? But yeah, I like that Overwatch is the enemies are always red, you know? All their stuff is red, you know, no matter
Yeah.
what, if they're attack or defense. Because, like, I remember when I used to play TF2, I would get so confused. I would forget what fucking color, because it's like blue and red, and you
I mean,
can
it's
be
pretty.
it can either be blue or red. But so many games did this thing where it's like, oh, enemies are red, you know. But sometimes I would be red, and it's like, oh,
That's a bit
wait.
different though, because at least in TF2, like all the enemies are, you memorize it for that match and then you're done. Like, but Overwatch, they needed to do the outlines and stuff because everyone looks different colors and whatever.
Yeah, but you don't even know how many times I got confused
I
in
know, it
TF2.
can
It's like,
happen, yeah.
oh wait, this is a teammate, or because especially they don't have. Yeah, Overwatch is way more obvious. Like, I never get.
Yeah, I'm surprised though that you guys didn't mind the pinging in PUBG, but I guess there's probably people out there who are like you, Guf, where you just don't like to.
Describe.
That's not your enjoyment of the gameplay. You enjoy the shooting
you
or
don't play the game to describe stuff. You play the game to shoot enemies. That
Sure. For me, that's part of the experience, like, because they give you a compass and a map and all the tools to locate your enemies.
Same
but-
argument. You get the same tools in Siege as well.
Yeah, and that's one thing I loved in Siege. Like, you can be like, dude, there's an enemy right there, shoot him through the wall. Like,
But you can
because
also
of-
ping.
Yeah, I know. Whatever. We went through the differences. I agree with you. Like, it's not that different. PUBG could have worked with pinging if it started from the beginning, maybe. I'm not sure. But for me, it would have changed it for in a negative way now if they added pinging now. But that's just me, I guess.
I'm kind of in the middle, I guess, because I can see the appeal of, you know, not like just explaining shit. But I'm
Yeah, I
so
get
bad
it.
at explaining shit that we would lose every match if I had to say, oh, you know, like I start stuttering like I did now, and then I just never get, because in Siege it's like that. I'm always like, oh, he's in this room. I don't know what room it is, you know.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, and you can't ping with cameras, which is annoying. But yeah.
Yeah. Any other games apart from Battlefield, Rage, Gov?
Yeah, I've been playing Minesweeper on my phone.
Oh, is it good?
Yeah, it's just like the original.
It-
Wow, they stayed
Nice.
faithful. No, like, pinging where the bomb will be.
No, you
Or-
totally ping where the bomb.
Well, yeah, actually, that's totally the point.
Oh man, I want to play Minesweeper
Is
because
there
as
multiplayer White Mine
I don't know. As a kid, I was, you know, I didn't know what the fuck is going on.
Uh-huh.
Like, you know, that Windows Minesweeper that everyone
Yeah.
had, and I was just like, I don't fucking know what I'm doing. Like, I'm just pressing random buttons here, and most of the times I lost. But I want to try it now when I actually understand what the fuck is going on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's quite fun.
That's what you've been playing, Minesweeper?
No, my phone, yeah. I've been
Alright.
playing that and some gacha games.
What? You haven't been playing Diablo Immortal on your phone?
It's not out yet.
No.
You have a phone, right, Ridge? You have a phone? You have a phone too,
Yeah.
Guff, right?
I have a
Oh,
phone.
right, I get it. I get what you're doing. God,
Poor Blizzard. Oh,
it's just mobile. Okay,
Oh.
we learned later that the problem wasn't just that it was mobile, but that game was a copy paste of another existing game.
yeah, but I
Yeah.
think the main problem was that people weren't also gonna be able to play on PC. I think if it was both.
The main problem, it was the wrong audience in that hall.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know if we said this in the first episode, but I'm not sure if that got cut out or not by accident, because I was stupid and I ran out of space and lost the last hour of that episode. But Bethesda kind of had, like, they announced an Elder Scrolls mobile game, but they avoided all the backfire because they also said Elder Scrolls 6 is coming, by the way. And I think if Blizzard just did that, they were like, Diablo, but also Immortal on mobile, you know, come play this. Then it's like, all right, fine.
Yeah.
Bethesda handled that situation better, and they didn't have like the super hardcore audience because it was E3.
Yeah, that's
Right,
also
that's
a good
true.
point. That's
Yeah.
also a really good point.
Todd Howard is a charismatic motherfucker. They don't have someone like Metzen anymore, like Blizzard, so they have they don't have a showmaker for the panels. Basically, he could have handled it way better than the people that were up there, like the poor sods who had to announce Immortal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of Blizzard, you know that Michael Morhaime resigned as company president and CEO of Blizzard?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. And his replacement is J. Allen Brack, the guy who he was responsible for all of World of Warcraft.
Yep.
And
Okay.
and at one BlizzCon, he said, when a fan asked him if they were gonna have servers with the previous expansions as they were then, he said, "You think you want it, but you don't."
Yeah,
Right,
yeah.
right.
Yeah.
We heard. Yeah. Oh god, that's so stupid.
Yeah.
Except, you know, there's thousands of people playing the private servers of World of Warcraft that have the older expansions.
I understand where he's coming from, but he doesn't realize that he's wrong. Like, because there's a lot of things where people have nostalgic goggles and they're like, oh, I'd love this, but then they don't.
As I don't know who I told it to. Like, yeah, thousands play private servers. Thousands
Yeah.
don't. Blizzard doesn't care for thousands.
No,
Yeah.
They don't care if 100,000 people would play it. It's not enough.
You think so?
It's not warranting the effort. Yeah.
You think so?
Yeah, I think so.
I don't know. Maybe. Yeah, that's possible as well. I don't know.
So
Yeah, I don't know.
earlier this week, there was a stream with David Brevik, who was the creator of the original Diablo,
Yeah.
and he was speculating that Morhaime had to step down because he didn't like the canceling of the bonus program at Blizzard.
Bonus program?
Yeah, I mean
What's
bonus salary for the employees.
Oh, okay. The bonus got
And-
cancelled, you're saying?
Yeah, they canceled the program.
Uh-huh.
And apparently, well, he also speculates that Activision is moving in to make Blizzard more like Activision.
Mm.
Oh,
Well, he doesn't say that
yeah.
explicitly, but it's
Sure.
that's the sense of it. And he says, like, well, three years from now, Blizzard. In fact, I don't even think that Blizzard today is what Blizzard used to be.
Sure.
So
That's
he
what people
thinks
say
it-
about Bungie as well,
Yeah.
who also got bought by Activision.
Yeah, but it's different because with this, it's not for naught that it's called the Blizzard, Activision Blizzard. and
They're
not
basically the
just
same company
Activision.
now. Yeah, yeah.
No, I mean,
Yeah, I don't
the
know.
publisher is called Activision Blizzard, not just Activision.
Yeah.
But yeah, now they are being like consumed by Activision.
I don't know, man. Maybe
managers. So yeah,
maybe Diablo Immortal is like a wake up call to them, because that was really a huge
if you
backlash.
think about it, the first signs were seen in Overwatch with the whole loot boxes.
I really don't think the loot boxes in Overwatch are bad, honestly.
Me neither, to be
'Cause
honest.
it's just-
All loot boxes are bad. Of course, it's just
No, it
it's also
depends.
predatory, and there are
It
very-
depends because
and there-
it's just cosmetics in Overwatch. You don't.
but that's Narco been many made. But that's how it is. Like, you want the skins anyway.
Yeah, but it also you get them every time you level up. Like I haven't spent a single cent on Overwatch besides the game itself, and I have like everything, you know, just from playing. Like you don't need. There's other games where it's worse, where it's
I
stuff.
agree. Like, it's cosmetic, and also you can earn it very easily with in-game money and stuff. But I also understand the point. Like, some people find it predatory because some people say, "Oh, some people are easily susceptible to gambling or whatever, so they're like,
Yeah,
oh, I
and
want this
it's
right now,
like-
I'm gonna pay.
There is so much
mean-
trash in those, especially in Blizzard loot
Yeah.
boxes.
You get portraits and like a spray, which nobody really cares about most of the times.
Yeah,
So-
and there are mechanics like that. How should I put it? To induce gambling, because, for example, if you think about it, whenever there are loot boxes, there are also item rarities for skins.
Yeah.
If you think about it, before HOTS got loot boxes that didn't have rarities. Before Siege got loot boxes that didn't have rarities. And rarities induce gambling because even if a skin looks shit, if it's rare, it's better to wear it.
Like CS:GO, dude, you can get the same gun skin.
CSGO as
different-
well, yeah.
5 different like worn levels. Like this one has a scratch here, it's worth 50 cents less or whatever.
Yeah, and
It's like, what? Or it has a kill counter on it, it's 20 euros more.
Yeah, or like in TF2, it's like you get literally the same exact item, but this one is vintage.
Yeah.
It has the blue name, so it's worth more, even though it's literally the same fucking thing.
I mean, I'm okay with like if they just get rid of loot boxes and stuff, or I don't know, just implement it in a way where, basically what I'm trying to say is I understand that probably developers need to pay the artists for making new cosmetics after the game comes out, because
Just-
at a certain point, like you're making a lot of more cosmetics that are not paid for by the base game, and so but just they need to do it in a less predatory way. So like maybe no randomness, maybe you just like buy the skin that you want. I think if League of Legends does it like that. There's no boxes, right? And it's just like skins, but you can buy them, but they're really expensive, I believe. So I don't know. We need to find some sort of middle ground.
Yeah, and I mean, you're forgetting that Overwatch, like, they made so many new maps, new characters, new game modes and shit without asking for money for them. And this
yeah,
is just-
because the loot boxes are paying for it. Sure.
yeah,
Exactly, but they could.
exactly.
They
But
could, though.
like, imagine how annoying it would be.
But you
if
could
it's
also
like,
just,
oh, you
just
want
sell
this character?
skins. But you could also just sell skins right away without loot boxes.
Yeah,
And then
that's what.
pay for new content as well. Why
That's
you
what-
Sure, you're just saying the randomness is bad, right? Like the fact that you don't know what you're gonna get, and you might get something shit, and then you are tempted to pay a bit more to try and get it again.
Of course,
Like,
yeah,
I
that's how
understand
they
that
rack in
aspect
way
of it.
more money than they would with straight selling of skins.
Yeah, because at least the Steam market, like CS:GO items, are super overblown the price, but you could theoretically go out and buy what you want without
Yeah.
gambling. God, like someone sold a coat for PUBG and bought a Vive with it, like 800 euro, like the pre-order like player unknown coat.
Yeah.
A real life VR headset for a coat, dude, a digital coat, like
That's crazy.
what the hell?
I
It's
can't believe
insane.
someone
And-
has the money to buy a digital.
And that
Outfits
is
for that
definitely
money.
gambling. That is beyond
Yeah,
gambling.
yeah.
Even especially with the amount of money involved. That's why I'm hoping the thing that is happening in Belgium will spread.
And just people
successfully.
are tired of loot boxes, so I think it's gonna start going away. I mean, another point I would like to make is Payday at some point got loot boxes, and Payday, I've been playing the first game since it came out and the second game, whatever. The community is one of the most toxic communities I've ever seen. The developers promised they wouldn't add loot boxes, and then they did, which is shitty in itself. Like, just don't make a promise next time if you're not sure if you'll keep it or whatever. But things change sometimes, whatever, they added it. But it's a PvE game, and everyone started shitting on the game so hard, and I think it was really blown out of proportion. Again, they went back on what they said, which is not nice, but it is a PvE game, and the stat bonuses are so little, and whoever has that skin on your team is helping you anyway. And I didn't spend any money on the cosmetic stuff, like, cause whatever, I don't give a shit about them, and the game played fine, and they were always really generous, the devs. Like, you don't need any of the DLC to play any of it. Just you can join a public server and play all the new heists. They've been making heists for like 3 years now, 4 years even.
But then the same argument. Why use loot boxes?
Sure. I mean, yeah, you're saying like they don't have to do it. I agree with you. It's like it leaves a sour taste in your mouth a little bit. Like
What's the point?
they're just doing it because it's a trend now and they can kind of get away with it.
And because it makes money, then straight sell it.
Sure. Yeah, I agree with that. Like I don't like it in general, but I'm just saying, like, there's much worse examples of loot boxes than
Like Star Wars.
Overwatch or Payday, and I also think Star Wars. People are complaining about the wrong aspect of it. For me, I don't like the fact that like.
No, it broke the progression system completely.
Sure, but
with advantages for money and stuff like that. That's why like it was too invasive that even like the public majority decided for it to stop.
Like people are complaining like, oh, you can pay money and get an advantage like a stronger grenade. But for me, I don't like the fact that even I can launch the game and my first loot box gives me a stronger grenade than others. I don't like that progression, regardless of being able to pay for it or not.
It was completely, like the issue was it was completely tied.
Like Battlefront, Garden Warfare to a lesser extent, Battlefield, the new one, I think also has like perks and stuff, right?
Yeah, but you unlock them by playing.
Sure,
Yeah.
and you do that.
I don't.
As well,
it doesn't
but...
have perks. It's you upgrade your weapon.
Right. I just don't like that more experienced players will not only are they have an advantage by knowing the game better, but they also have stronger equipment.
Right.
I don't like that
but
in any game.
That's in Call of that's been like that.
In COD as well, kind of, but you could always get a kill with the first COD game, pretty much like almost the same amount of time. In Battlefront, I felt like guns were a bit stronger.
Yeah,
and stuff like
we
that.
watched a video where it was a comparison of damage and how fast someone kills someone with and without the attachments. You know,
For Battlefront.
Battlefront, and it was like with the normal gun, it was like you have to shoot them a few times, and then with the attachments, it was like insta kill in the head. You know, and it's like no, that's who. Regardless of you, if you can buy it or not or whatever, that shouldn't exist. You know, there shouldn't be upgrades like that because it's unfair. Like
I got
unfair.
I got review code for that game, and they gave me the digital deluxe edition or whatever. So when I launched the game, my grenades were like 40% radius bigger than everyone else. 40%. That's a crazy fucking amount. For just like getting the digital deluxe edition, like supposedly you're meant to pay 10 or 20 euros more for that. Or even like I just level up and my Yoda is stronger than other Yodas. It's like, just don't do that, man. I don't know.
That's why in Overwatch I like that it's just cosmetics. Like it doesn't affect the gameplay.
Yeah. So although people are blowing it a little bit out of proportion, I think I'm also happy that like some of the reactions are a little bit extreme, but in the end, I think we're gonna get something good out of it, and hopefully developers and publishers stop doing this shit.
As I said, I hope the thing that's happening in Belgium now will spread.
Belgium, where they're illegal, yeah.
But I'm okay with loot boxes and shit like that in games like HOTS or like Heroes of the Storm, where it's free. You know, the game is free.
Sure, it's more excusable.
It's like they have to make money somehow. But when it's like Star Wars and fucking Siege, you pay so much money for the game itself, and then I have to pay more for this garbage. Like, fuck off.
Yeah. Again, the stuff they make is if they make the like cosmetics after the game comes out, I understand a bit more.
Okay, but
still.
the worst was Siege, when it fucking like now they fixed it, but it's a bit late for me and other people. But when the game came out, it's like you have no characters. You have to buy all the characters with in-game money, which is stupid because it's not a free game. You pay for it and you don't even get any characters. You have to.
You could earn the money pretty quickly, and they weren't available for real money purchase anyway.
The base characters were quick.
Yeah, but they get
but
more.
It was still annoying.
They get more and more expensive as per like faction or whatever country, whatever. Yeah. But and also then you have to. It's just I don't understand why. How come Overwatch, they make new characters and shit for free, but then in Siege you have to pay for them?
Because Overwatch's cosmetics aren't shit like in Siege. I think.
Because Overwatch's gameplay, like gameplay design is that you react with different heroes to whatever the enemy is playing, counter it on the fly, and that involves that all you can have access to all the heroes right away.
You could argue though Siege also you need to counter and stuff, but it's not as direct like in Overwatch, where it's also within the round you can change characters.
Since you also don't know right away what the enemy has. So.
Yeah. In Siege you see it, and it's more understandable. It's still annoying though, but man, the cosmetics in Siege suck. I don't know if they make any money from that. Most of them really suck. Now they're getting slightly better.
That's why they have loot boxes.
Yeah, they fucking suck.
Siege is a game that doesn't need cosmetics. Like, I don't know. I feel like the cosmetics kind of maybe the gun skins are okay, but like hats and shit, they kind of ruin.
You can argue that with most games, like seeing Valkyrie in a ghost veil and stuff, like
Yeah.
can ruin immersion. But it just depends on like if you care or not about the realism or not, the
But
immersion.
I think that wasn't it last year that Ubisoft said that they made most of their money from in-game purchases.
Did they say that?
It
I
wasn't
think so.
just Ubisoft. There was.
Do you-
I mean,
Do
but
you guys
since we're talking about Siege,
Yeah.
uh,
Do you guys agree with me that the cosmetics in Siege mostly suck?
Yeah, definitely.
yeah,
I enjoy some of them.
Some of them, I agree. I'm just saying
It's
most.
just the same as like with other like Siege characters. Sure, they are like human and whatever, but they are likable.
Sure.
Like the old grumpy Thatcher who hates fucking laser sights.
I'm fine with
they
that.
like
Yeah.
IQ and stuff like likable characters. You want to dress them up. That's how it is. That's how it is in
Yeah,
Overwatch. Even more.
I agree. I'm just saying, like, there's so many like really ugly camos, or like I open a pack and I have
Yeah,
like
but
just
that-
flowers on my gun. They just like they look like there's no effort.
I enjoyed the flower skins first of all because of
That one's
some
kind of
lack
funny. Fine.
a lack of alternatives. Yeah, at the beginning of the game.
Sure.
But also, my point is like loot boxes added rarities, and sure, like high rarity like adds more value to a skin. Like a rare skin, even if it's ugly, it's still rare, and you want it more. But it also devalues many of the other skins. Even if, for example, a common skin would look nice and I would equip it, I still have like 10 rare skins that they're rare and I have to wear them because of that.
Mm.
And many people think like that. So they are devaluing a lot of like low rarity skins to add more value to others and to compel you to buy more loot packs. That's how rarities work with loot boxes.
Yeah, sometimes like for me that doesn't work. Like there's skins in Overwatch that are epic or whatever, and they look like shit. But then this, middle one, blue or whatever.
Yeah, but many people are
looks
not
so
like
much
that.
better.
They care about
Yeah, I know.
rarities more than their own taste.
Yeah, it's like I've like in MMOs, you have like slots for you have the head piece, the body, the pants, whatever, wings, and people have to have uh this
There's
they
need.
this need, yeah, to fill every single slot with something, even if it doesn't look good, and that also makes them buy more stuff, because like when I make an MMO character, maybe this character doesn't need a hat. It looks fine without a hat, so I don't put a hat on. But everyone else, no, if I can put a hat, I need to put a hat,
Yeah.
But I don't know why. It's like everyone has a bit of OCD in some way.
Yeah, then we are going back to they are playing on your compulses. Like want to have that shit, and so you pay money for it.
Yeah. So, moving off of loot boxes, I think we'll close off the episode soon. But do you guys have anything you're looking forward to play or something like that?
I want to talk about something, but we can do that another time.
No, you can go for it. Go for it.
Like I've been the weeb that I am.
Uh-huh.
I've been watching some anime. As always.
Mm-hmm.
And the latest one I've been watching, like also going back to the topic about not being creative, I suppose.
hmm
Not the show is amazing. I'm watching right now. It's called Goblin Slayer.
Goblin Slayer.
Yes, and it is a typical. I will call it a typical Japanese fantasy setting.
All right.
And what that involves is like, if you look closely, almost like the majority of Japanese fantasy settings are like there are monsters and there is the like devil king or whatever, and he's the ultimate evil. But then there is also heroes, and they have to fight him, and it's always like that. Like in every like most of the fantasy settings, it's like that.
hmm
And in all fantasy settings, just like in this anime, which is amazing, I recommend it wholeheartedly.
All right. Is it new? Sorry.
Yeah, it's new. It's currently
The
airing.
anime. I saw that
Yeah.
there is also a manga. Yeah.
Yeah, but the manga is older, but the anime,
Yeah.
it's all based off of a light novel. So
All right.
yeah, there's an adventurer guild with ranks, like from copper to gold or whatever.
Okay.
And-
Grandmaster and shit.
Yeah, but the majority of fantasy Japanese fantasy settings have that.
What, ranks and stuff?
Yeah, and the adventure guild with ranks, and the devil king you have to fight, like the ultimate evil.
Yeah, I mean, there's always tropes in anime, like
I feel like that's also not just in anime.
not just anime. Yeah, I was gonna say everything has tropes, but especially anime. Like,
No, I'm
Yeah,
saying
it's-
that specific trope with
What,
the
devil-
ultimate evil and whatever.
I mean,
It's
yeah,
like everything has that.
sure, yeah.
Yeah, all Japanese fantasy settings, like most of them, not all, sure. Many of them have, even like the generic adventure guilds where you become an adventurer to like do quests and shit, and clear dungeons as well.
Mhm.
Like almost video gamey actually. Yeah, but I am enjoying it right now. As I say, if you want to watch some anime, I can really recommend it. It's a bit dark
Right.
because there's
Okay.
also there's like really adult content in there, but it's still
Okay.
quite
Are there
enjoyable.
titties?
You gotta have titties in an
Yeah,
anime.
there are being titties being raped
Oh
Nice.
boy. All
Being
right.
By-
being
by-
what?
by goblins.
Things happening to them, Simi.
Yeah.
Jeez. Okay.
Cover your ears, Guff. All right, Goblin Slayer.
Cover your titties.
Cover your titties.
Hide your titties.
So,
I'm
yeah,
looking
that's-
forward to. Yeah, go on.
Yeah.
Sorry, I thought
No, I
you were
just
done.
want to say that's what I've been watching.
All right, cool. Yeah, have you guys heard of Marble It Up?
No.
Okay. There's a game, I think it was Marble Madness or something.
Yeah.
I think that's in the same series, same developers, maybe. Either way, it's marbles. Man, this game looks so simple and so fun.
What is it
came
about?
out. You play as a marble, and you roll around. Here, I'm posting it right here. There's something about the level design that looks just like you can just lay
Right.
back and have fun with this. I don't know. I
Yeah,
love.
It
I
looks
always
like
liked
Marble
games like
Madness,
this.
but in 3D.
I think it might be the same developers. Oh wait, Marble Madness wasn't 3D.
I mean, not this kind of 3D.
I don't know, man. There's so many marble games. There was one that was on the Xbox 360. I know that that's definitely linked with this. But I don't know. The levels look so cool, and the marbles look satisfying. The physics and everything look really cool. Came out 2 days ago. I don't know. It looks fun. I really want it. Looks great.
And they
don't know
reminds
why
me
I'd
of Rock of Ages.
I was gonna
Rock of
say
Ages,
Rock of
dude.
Ages.
That's so good. Another game. The only other game I can think of as well I'm looking forward to is called... Oh, that's Marble Madness. Let's just open that really quick.
Oh wow, that's not.
Yeah, Marble Madness. Yeah. No, I had this name stuck in my head, but I don't think this is related. Oh boy.
That
I
looks
played...
old.
What game did I play like this?
Edge.
No, an old game. Man, this was... What console or... probably like an arcade machine or like an old PC.
I
Do you know what this is on?
Marble Madness. I think it was for NES, and it was also on the Atari and the Mega Drive.
played
Genesis
a
for
game-
Americans.
What was it called? I think Skate or Die. Was that a game? Yeah,
my God.
NES Skate or Die. Oh my god, this game. I played it on, I think, like MAME.
That looks like shit. Like a lot of these NES.
Oh yeah, look at this.
A lot of these NES games look like the shitty games that are coming out on Steam today. You know what I mean?
They
Like,
look better, honestly, and that's not even a joke.
I mean, okay, some of them. I'm just saying, like, if this came out now, made now on Steam, everyone would be like, "Lol, fuck off! What is this bullshit?"
Yeah.
You know? But that's what was back then. It's funny.
But this is the other game I'm looking forward to.
Yeah, you just have to look at some of the old Atari games. They were so abstract. You were like, what the fuck? What the fuck is
Yeah.
going on?
Yeah, like they had only so many colors and pixel numbers they can work with, so you
Yeah.
had to use your imagination.
Yeah,
So
if you
what's
check
this
it,
game?
check out the link I pasted. It's called Override Mech City Brawl. It looks like old games I used to play. Like there were Godzilla games like this and War of the Monsters and
Oh,
stuff
right.
on the PS2 era. I played the beta. It's actually quite fun. It looks. I love the robot designs, man. They look so
Dude.
good.
This is the action version of the rap game.
of Jackbox.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is.
It's giant robots in a city,
Mhm.
except instead of rapping, they actually fight each other.
I think the designs are really cool.
Yeah,
And,
we played this a bit.
Yeah, we played the beta a bit, and there's like basically just a huge destructible city. You can climb around, kick each other. You can pick up power-ups, like, or even steal chairs, katanas, and like hit each other. It was quite fun.
I
It was
remember
pretty
there
fun.
was a newer Godzilla game like this that was absolute shit. I don't remember why it was shit.
A newer Godzilla game.
Yeah, like more
I think-
recent.
Yeah,
But it
one
was
came out
really
with
bad.
the latest Godzilla movie.
I-
Well, not the latest, but like the.
I'm pretty sure Angry Joe reviewed it and he hated
I
it.
don't think it played like this though. That was the game where it was like,
No, it was like this.
where you fight another monster.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I remember he was complaining about it because it was like the generators. Are I don't remember. It was really funny, but that game looked like shit. Yeah, I remember. I miss games like this. War of the Monsters was awesome. It was also like just what era am I looking for? 50s with like this like sci-fi UFO, like oh the aliens are coming.
Yeah, it is 50s.
Yeah, that was really cool. I liked that. Yeah, those are the games I'm excited for. Also, Insurgency, gonna try it out when it comes out in December. Gonna put a review out for that.
Looking forward
Just-
to Artifact, I suppose.
Artifact, I'm very curious.
Yeah, I'm curious about it.
I hope it does well.
I
And
don't
if it
think I will-
doesn't,
Yeah. I don't think I
if
will
it
play
doesn't, I
much
hope
of
the
it.
next. I hope the next Valve game is good. You don't think will you pick it up though for sure, or you'll wait
I
and see
will.
what
I
people
will
think?
pick it up, but I don't know how fast I will
Mm.
tire because like Magic the Gathering burned me out for
Sure.
the rest of my life, I suppose.
I mean, if
I'm
I get
done with TCGs.
sure, if I get a review code, cool. But otherwise, I'll wait and see what people think. I think.
Yeah.
Rage,
it
have
does
you...
look cool though. It does look nice.
Rage, have you played Hearthstone?
Yeah, and I was in the phase where I was already more or less done with TCGs, so I played it for a bit, and then it was like, yeah, Magic the Gathering is more complex and better, but yeah, that was it for me.
I like Hearthstone, but I just don't like how unfair it is. Back to fucking loot boxes, right? But
But that's like how TCGs work.
I know, but that's
Yeah.
also a loot box. You fucking have money, you buy a pack, and you get better cards, and you
Yeah.
know,
Yes.
tease the noobs. But yeah, that's why I prefer playing the single player part, which is just
Yeah.
dungeons where you fight some custom bosses. That I think that's like more fun, even though that's fucking hard too.
Yeah, that's why I don't really enjoy digital TCG as well. Like at least in normal trading card game, you have something physical at the end, even if it's just like. As I said, I'm quite cynical towards trading card games because, for example, Magic the Gathering, all of the cards I had, like 90%, 95% were just paper waste in the end.
Right.
I only
Never-
collected.
I
collected
sold them.
Yu-Gi-Oh
I sold
cards.
them. Yeah, I sold them by the kilo.
Damn.
I collected Yu-Gi-Oh cards. I never played a single match of it. Like I don't know why. I just did, and
I
I
played
also have
a-
some Pokemon ones as well.
I actually
just-
played a lot of Magic. Like I went to tournaments and shit. But yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
My only memory of playing a Pokemon card game was, Cyprus is very hot. Okay, so life sucks when you have no electricity to power the air condition, because it gets like 40 degrees Celsius. I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit, but yeah. And there was one summer where basically a power plant exploded because someone was being stupid, and the whole country had no power basically for every day for a few months. Like half of the day had no power.
Horrible.
So I went to my friend's house. Electricity went off, so no AC, no PlayStation, whatever. So we were like, let's just play some Pokemon, and we made up our own rules. We set up all the cards or whatever. I don't remember. Like it took like an hour or something, maybe 2, and we played for about 5 minutes, and then the power came back on. We were like, okay, let's go play some. Let's go play some.
The
PlayStation.
actual card game is quite fun. It has interesting rules as well.
Yeah, I'm sure, but we just
And
made up some
it's-
random stuff. And
Yeah. But it is still quite popular. Like the prices for the cards are quite stable as well.
maybe I should sell, man. I don't know. And my Yu-Gi-Oh ones.
If it's some old shit, it might be versus.
Might. I also have a lot of fake Yu-Gi-Oh ones.
Do
though.
we have a shiny Charizard?
I don't think I have any shinies of Pokemon. No. I have many shiny Yu-Gi-Ohs because when I went to Lebanon, they were just like super cheap. But
Is
they
it
were
like
all
the
fake.
first print Pokemon cards?
First print what?
Like
Pokemon?
first generation Pokemon cards?
First generation, yeah. Like when I was a kid.
You have
And-
to check. They might be worth something.
Yeah.
If
they
they're
might be.
in mint condition.
Dude, yeah, they're just in a box doing nothing.
Alright.
I always took care of my stuff as a kid.
I had, for some reason, I don't even know how I got this. I had a pack of just fake everything cards. Like they all came in one pack that was kind of beaten up. I don't know where the fuck this came from, but it was like completely random ass pictures from different shit. Obviously, like stolen art, and because they were all inconsistent with each other. Like some were like anime fairies or whatever. Some of the other pictures were like paintings of stuff. They were all completely inconsistent. So, yeah, that's the cards I had. But I have no idea what the fuck they were. Other than that, I just played normal card games, like card
Yeah.
games.
And there were also a lot of different trading card games. Like I remember the World of Warcraft one, the card game, which they at some point
I mean,
stopped.
there were even card games of like football and baseball players.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's like collectibles. They are not trading card games, but they are
Yeah,
like
yeah.
just
But they still have
collectibles.
stats like speed, 10.
Yeah, yeah.
have
but
you
strength.
have you guys played Top Trumps or heard of it?
No.
I think it's a UK thing, which also like there's a lot of UK stuff in Cyprus. So, yeah, I love that game. It's not a traditional card game. It's just like you split the deck in half, and like let's say I have a Star Wars Top Trumps thing, and it's like,
Top Trump. Oh, okay.
yeah, you have
Yeah.
stats for each character, and you just like call out one stat, and like for example, Force. Darth Vader has 89, and then you compare it to a droid, and it's like you have 6. Okay, I'm better than you. So like whenever you have like Jar Jar Binks or something, you're like height, and you always win. And if someone has Yoda, they're screwed. But those games can go on forever because you just learn patterns. But yeah, those are really fun as well.
Yeah.
Um,
There was that fucking long neck alien from Star
Yeah,
Wars.
the one from the rainy planet.
Yeah, and those I always say the height because that's like
Yeah.
the tallest one, yeah, right?
And there was one card that some blue-faced motherfucker who I always lost my streak with.
The useless blue guy. Yeah.
I want to quickly send you guys, just look at the coming soon list. Like I recently talked about how this is just a shit heap to scroll through. I mean,
Well,
like,
these all look like quality games. to
Oh,
me.
the Bible test.
this is
yeah.
what I go through. Like,
Wait, I want to see the Bible
this is what I go through every day, trying to find new games for the channel.
Oh,
Like-
the Bible test.
Okay, Elite
Oh
Archery
my
looks
God.
okay.
It's the
Bible test. Let's
Oh
see
no,
Bible
it's not.
test.
It's not available.
Yeah, this is
2
coming soon.
hours, guys.
What
2
was
hours.
the name of the person who lived the longest?
Who wrote what? Who? Where?
That's the first
What was the name of the person who
screenshot.
lived the longest? I don't.
Is it Jesus? I don't know.
No, it must be someone. Let's solve this now.
But there are
The
people,
Tucson
like
novel.
real people, that lived up to.
Yeah, but this is a Bible.
But this is Bible, so it's
Yeah.
like what's.
And if you go to the developers page, first Ukrainian, yeah, of course, I just knew their games would be shit.
Oh
Kama
my
Sutra,
God.
Pussy Password, and Hentai Casino. And they
What?
also made Bible Test. From the devs that brought you Pussy Password, Bible Test.
What? Like they literally have only sex games, and then they make a Bible
You
one.
don't know how many of these devs I see every day, man. Every day. It's just like yeah, again, I don't know if I talked about it on the podcast before, if it stayed in or
Oh
not,
my
but
God.
High School Fantasy, okay, that at least looks like there's a bit of effort in it. Battle Royale Tycoon, like let's see.
Oh my god, it has all the names.
I love
Oh, boy.
Tycoon. I love
Oh,
Tycoon
boy.
with Battle Royale. Yeah, this looks
Oh god, this
again not awful, honestly. Like
like there's
my-
worse.
my standards have been lowered quite a bit.
But I
Um,
want to see like you talked about it recently. There was one where it was just just placeholder art or whatever.
Yeah, there's so many, dude. There's one called Don't Buy This Game, which also looked like shit. I think Pombo Troll looks like it might. Yeah, there you go. This looks pretty basic. Pombo
But
Troll.
again, at least there's worse than this, you know.
There is worse, but this is still pretty shit, dude.
Yeah, that's
Look,
no
this is
excuse.
something I could make in
my God,
in
yeah.
one afternoon, you know.
Yeah, that's
honestly. Fap Queen support DLC.
Nice.
Support.
Sakura.
The Sakura games are usually good.
This isn't a Sakura game though. I don't think it's a traditional Sakura game.
It is called Sakura though.
Cooking Simulator looks cool. Yeah. I mean, this isn't the best example. There's a lot of shit usually though. I mean,
Diamond Love. Like even the names
Yeah.
are.
you can just tell from the banners that there's like kind of no talent in some of these games, or no passion or effort or anything like that. Hentai Shooter 3D Christmas Party. Fucking hell. All right, yeah.
I just remembered Stripper Anya or whatever it was called.
Yeah, that game was.
Fucking awful.
I did a video on it, and the dev did not like it, so he revoked my key that he gave me for review purposes.
Ah.
I can never
Oh,
play.
no.
I can never play Stripper Anya again.
Poor sheep.
That game was so bad. I remember you had to censor it, and you like put
Yeah.
little sheep faces over the nipples or whatever.
Oh, Forklift Simulator 2019.
Oh my
What
God.
is this?
I'm looking at Toilet Simulator. That's a bit too graphic to show, but if you look at Toilet Simulator on Steam,
Send it on Discord. Oh, that's disgusting, dude.
that actually is pretty fucking graphic. What the hell? Yeah, I won't
Why?
be showing that one. You can look that up on your own. The piss is green. And there's like
Shit, and there's shit flying
there's
out.
shit
What?
all over the outside the toilet. I mean,
What? I mean, it looks funny.
yeah. They're obviously not taking it seriously. Q to pee and E to poop.
Why is there so much shit?
I don't know, man. Russian hackers hacked my panties. This is what he's reading on the newspaper.
What?
All right. Yeah, there you go.
All right.
God, that's so.
But
That really
they're
is.
obviously that one's obviously like a
Features. You can poop. You can pee. Peeing features a complex mouse cursor system that enables you to control the peeing apparatus.
You see, they're taking the piss, no pun intended. Like, they
AAA
really are not-
graphics. AAA graphics.
Yeah, they're not
A
putting in
character
effort.
has a body. Poop physics.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Cheat code. There's a cheat code. Shit.
Wait, there's Sharknado VR?
Wait, sorry. Just back to games that look like shit. Like, Who's Your Daddy looks awful, but it
But
was
it's a
a
fun-
fucking funny game.
It's a
and
funny,
fun.
it's a unique idea, you know?
And then
yeah.
there was the Catch a Lover, right? That also was like kind of poorly executed, but it was fun and funny.
Yeah, Rage, this game I think will convince you to buy a VR headset, right?
Obviously.
Sharknado VR.
Sharknado. There are a few other
Oh.
games that already convinced me, but I don't know.
This is not recorded with the fucking headset.
It is, you can tell. Here it is. There's a lot of devs that don't have VR headset, I think, because their trailers are not filmed in VR or anything like that.
How can you,
You
design
cannot
something?
develop without.
Yeah.
But they're shit games though. That's what I'm saying. So they probably can develop, but they don't properly test it and whatever. Cause yeah, looks great. A lot of big budget VR games suck. Like also the Jumanji game got removed from Steam because it was just trash as well. I didn't get to try it, but it looks really
Have
awful.
you seen the newest Jumanji movie?
No, I think you said it was good, right?
No. Have you seen the old Jumanji movie?
I have, and I liked it as a kid. I don't know if it's still good, but-
amazing. It's
okay.
still amazing. No, I never said I liked it. I never seen it.
Okay.
actually,
Okay,
because
okay.
doesn't
It was
have Robbie
someone, then.
Williams because he died. But
Someone said it was funny.
don't-
I think.
yeah.
Yeah, thank you for watching, everybody. Do check out the Mechanicus review I did on my channel. Also in the description of that video, there's a written review if you prefer that. But that game, I cannot recommend it enough. I really enjoy it. If you're a fan of XCOM or Warhammer, check it out. It's cool. Even if you're not a fan of Warhammer, it might get you into the universe like it did with me. This video is not sponsored by Mechanicus, I just really like it. I am looking forward to Marble It Up though as well. Looks cool. SiminaCindy on DeviantArt, Tumblr, and YouTube if you want to check out her art. Check out MrWoodenSheep on YouTube, that's me. If you want my videos, Guf and Rage, go look at their private profiles on Steam.
Find me on Battlefield 5.
Mine is
Fine.
not private and you don't go right.
Okay. I don't know. Yeah, find Guf on Battlefield 5. Maybe if you have RTX working on your GPU, you can see him through reflections and you'll have an
But
advantage.
don't forget to tell Gaff in Battlefield 5 that he tries too hard.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
yeah.
I aim down sights all the time, man.
Yeah.
Oh man. Alright. Thank you for watching, guys. Let us know if you have any feedback once again. Please don't forget to like and share the video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe, and I'll see you next week. We will see you next week. Thank you. Goodbye.
Bye bye.
Goodbye.